Let me take the privilege to speak a few words about this Center for Southeast Asian Studies, which has been mandated by Government of Assam to undertake initiatives so that Northeast India can develop cultural, intellectual, academic and people-to-people relationship with the countries of Southeast Asia. Under the center, the university has already organized a few important events. One among them has been One Belt, One Road initiative of China. All of you are aware of the fact that China has undertaken this massive initiative, One Belt, One Road, to connect both through road and sea routes to the countries of Asia and Eurasia, European countries, also African countries. The initiative has evoked a lot of criticisms and speculation in India, and the government of India is yet to take a final decision whether the country will be a part of One Belt, One Road initiative or not. This event, One Belt, One Road initiative and India's response, which was held in this university in the month of May, brought scholars from different parts of the country to have a very comprehensive debate on why India has been very, very critical about the China's initiative on One Belt, One Road initiative. It was not one-dimensional. It has different viewpoints. It could bring together different viewpoints. If you look at the Indian debate on One Belt, One Road initiative today, it's not one-dimensional. There are people who have been urging upon the government of India that India should go ahead with it because it will bring in a lot of developments for the country. CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is a part of this whole One Belt, One Road initiative, has been one of the very important issues, very contentious issues as far as India is concerned, because the massive investment under this project, China Pakistan Economic Corridor is considered as one of the very important challenges as far as the unity and integrity and security of India is concerned. But there have been a lot of debates on it. If we look around, for example, China report, which is published by Institute of Chinese Studies from Delhi, they indeed published a very comprehensive volume on this whole debate, One Belt, One Road. And in that particular debate, we find that there is no singular approach to it. There have been a lot of dimensions on it. Some are arguing that India should be a part of it. And if you look at from Chinese perspective, and some of us had the privilege to visit China and to interact with the academia and intellectuals there, they are also of the view that China and India are two emerging countries. And there are a lot of convergences which India and China should move ahead with. All of you know the Paris Climate Agreement has been one of such very important instruments where India and China came together when the United States of America's President Donald Trump had threatened to withdraw from the Paris Accord, Paris Agreement on Climate, Paris Accord on Environment. So that was one of the very important initiatives being undertaken by this particular Center for Southeast Asian Studies. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the Director in charge of this center, Professor Nanigopal Mohan, they visited three important countries of the Southeast Asia, three important countries, Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia. And they had the opportunity of interacting with both the policymakers as well as academia. And this visit resulted in a couple of memorandum of understanding being signed with the leading universities of these three countries. One among them is the Laos University, Laos National University. And today we are privileged that a group of students from National University of Lao PDR have come to this university, and they will be here for another 3 months, and they will be undertaking studies in computer science and technology. Therefore, the center has already, marked their existence in this university, in the state and the region together. And today we are very privileged that a lot of dignitaries from all these countries, particularly from ASEAN, will be here, and we will have the opportunity of listening to them while celebrating the 25 years of ASEAN India Business Partnership. I think our guests have already arrived, and we are starting the program very shortly. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, namaskar, and sabaidi. On behalf of the Center for Southeast Asian Studies, Gauhati University, I welcome all of you to the 25th anniversary of ASEAN India Dialogue Partnership Celebration Conference. On this occasion, Mr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman of ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter, will deliver a special lecture on 25 years of ASEAN India Partnership. We begin the program with the University Anthem. May I request everyone to rise for the University Anthem. Thank you. Now we have a very special program, that is a music and dance performance by the music and dance group from Lao PDR. First we have a music performance which is Sien Ken Lao. Will be performed by Mr. Khamsone and Mr. Samphone. Khanen is a traditional musical instrument which is very close to the heart of the people of Lao. Khanen can be played in solo or in orchestra or combined with other instruments for various performances such as singing and dancing. Presenting before you the music performance of Lao. Thank you. Khobjailale. Now we have a dance performance by Ta, Mali, Phone, Bao from National School of Arts, Lao. This dance, Phonma Hai, is a traditional dance from Malahai village in Kamanon province in central Lao. This dance is performed at traditional festivals, local areas as well as at political events. Now presenting before you the traditional dance of Lao. Thank you for the wonderful performance. May I now request our dignitaries to kindly come up to the dais. I request Professor Mohan to kindly escort our dignitaries to the dais. Professor Akhil Ranjan Datta, kindly help in escorting our dignitaries to the dais. The Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Government of Assam, has arrived. Today we have amongst us Honorable Vice Minister, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Lao PDR, His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry. Honorable Ambassador, Embassy of Lao PDR to India, His Excellency Southam, Sakonhninhom. Mr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter. Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industries, Government of Assam, Sri Chandra Mohan Patowary. Mr. Habib Choudhary, Chairman, AIBC, Lao Chapter. May I now request Dikshita, Niminita and Rajeshri to kindly felicitate our dignitaries. Thank you, Dikshita, Niminita, and Tabassum. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gauhati University, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, to kindly inaugurate the program.
Good afternoon. Honorable Minister of Industries, Government of Assam, Sri Chandra Patowary. Honorable Vice Minister, His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry of Lao. Ambassador, His Excellency Southam, Sakonhninhom. Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter. Mr. Habib Choudhary, Chairman, AIBC, Lao Chapter. My esteemed colleague, Nanigopal Mahanta, invitees, guests, my esteemed colleagues of the dais, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for all of us to have this program in the university. This program bears very special significance from the point of view that we, the people of Assam, are so closely linked to the people in Southeast Asia, particularly Lao. It is a linkage that cannot simply be described by a program. It is a cultural link, it is a civilizational link, and it is a link of the heart to heart of the people of this two regions. And therefore, this particular program bears very special significance for all of us in the university. And this goes back to a couple of months back, when myself and Professor Manigopal Mahanta visited Lao PDR, the instance of Mr. Habib Choudhary. And we really wanted to make sure that the relationship between us, this is Assam or India with the Southeast Asia, become more effective. It does not really remain at the dialogue stage alone. And for that, we went there and we signed an MOU with National University of Lao, and consequent on this cultural troop has come to this university, so also 5 students will be staying here as a part of the exchange program for next 3 months. Well, it will be not appropriate to continue my speech if I don't have few words of appreciation about Mr. Habib Choudhary, whose initiative, who is a person from Assam, also is a person from Lao, and I'd say it's very difficult to distinguish which is a person from which place really now. His heart is so closely associated with both these places, and he is the instrumental in bringing this entire program to this university, and we really owe a lot to him. And we are extremely honored to have all of you here, and along with particularly the Habib Choudhary's initiative is highly appreciated, not only by me, but people of the city. Well, when I had personal discussion with Mr. Choudhary, he has been telling that we must, the MOUs remain MOU, and they don't take its proper shape. And he made sure that within 3 months' time, and we really proved that it's not a MOU, it is an action. And that's the initiative that he has taken for an Act East policy in true sense by educational exchanges. And that's what I really once again express my sincere appreciation. But I must also mention that this would not have been possible with the initiative of Southeast Asian Studies headed by Professor Manigopal Mahanta. And he has taken the proper initiative in this direction. And it has become a center from the initiative of the government of Assam at this university. I am sure that this center is going to grow in a big way in the days to come. Well, these are the issues, this is the chronology of facts that I am trying to present before you, because today's program of ASEAN India Dialogue Partnership celebration, and there are many speakers who will be speaking a lot on this, and I do not want to dwell on the topic at this my welcome address. I heartily welcome all the participants, all the honored guests here to this university, and our Indian tradition, and as far as the university is concerned, is that we always believe in cooperation. This is the part of Indian tradition. It is a non-competitive culture that India has, that is the cooperation is what it is in our blood as far as the India is concerned. Furthermore, we are having the modesty, and the modesty is what the Indian culture teaches. This is the modesty. And further, it's the group harmony. In the midst of the diversity in the country, we have the harmony. And this is what it is a part of the Indian culture. And at the same time, we always look at the dignity, placidity, and I'm sure that another three things that are so important for the people of this country and who really give appropriate value to this is the patience, the tolerance, and that is what so important it is, and respect for diversity I have already mentioned, and the sensitivity. These are the three things that the country, India, really considers all the time. And for that, we are really take pride. I'm sure that these values of India will bring all of us together, particularly the Southeast Asia, together to work. And beyond the boundaries, we just must think that we are humanity, we are the people, we should work together for the betterment of the humanity. That is more important than anything else. And we are a part of the educational system. Education is more important for us, and whatever we are doing, our entire thing as a part of the two educational institutes for working, and we believe in inclusive education, and that is what we always practice. And more importantly, it is further through this inclusive education, we want to see the sustainable development in terms of the social development as a whole. And social and economic development must really be the consequence of our inclusive education. That's what we always look for. And I'm sure that this type of cooperation, particularly between the University of Gauhati University and the National University of Lao, that is will bringing us together. And this togetherness will only spread. It will grow. It will grow to the people-to-people contact will increase. I'm sure that we will be in a much better world in the days to come. And this ASEAN India Dialogue Partnership celebration today in Gauhati University is another step forward for a much better world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor. May I now request Professor Nani Gopal Mohanta, Director, Center for Southeast Asian Studies, Gauhati University, to kindly deliver his welcome address.
Good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gauhati University, Honorable Vice Minister His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry, Ambassador His Excellency Southam Sakonhninhom, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of Assam, Shri Chandra Mohan Patowary Rangoria, Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, my brother Mr. Habib Choudhary, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Lao Chapter, esteemed colleagues from various departments of Gauhati University, and their student friends. At the very outset, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this 25th year of Indian-ASEAN Partnership Dialogue, organized by the Center for Southeast Asian Studies in collaboration with ASEAN India Business Council, Lao, and India Foundation. I welcome the delegates to our university as well as to Rupohi Ahom, which means beautiful Assam. Assam was described by legendary singer Mridul Hazarika, Ahom amar Rupohi Gunaronai ke Bharatore Purbolekhor Pucho Uthade, which means situated in the northeastern part of India, where sun rises first, Rupohi Assam, that is beautiful Assam, is a source of unending beauty and excellence. This meeting is the outcome of our visit to Laos, as has been illustrated by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, and to other Southeast Asian nations, along with our Vice Chancellor in the month of August 2017. We took part in series of meetings organized by India ASEAN 25 Years Dialogue Partnership organized by ASEAN India Business Council, particularly under the leadership of true sons of Assam, Habib Choudhary and his brother Habib Choudhary. It is their initiative that such conferences has become possible. It is under the initiative of them, the 6 students of Lao PDR. They're coming to Gauhati University and they'll be having 3 months course in the days to come in the Department of IT and Science and Technology. We have amongst us Dato Ramesh. He has always been a source of inspiration for the people of Assam and for the people of India. He has been appointed by the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Malaysia, as the chairman of ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia, and a co-chairman of ASEAN India Business Council. He is also a council member of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council since 2010, which has been mandated by ASEAN leaders since 2003. We look forward for your leadership, sir, particularly in the context of more educational exchange between ASEAN countries and with Gauhati University. We look forward and request before you, sir, to take special initiatives so that people-to-people contact, educational exchange takes place with other ASEAN countries. It is the people-to-people contact and a vibrant relationship that can take forward the Actist policy. Look, his policy has become Actist. Now we need this kind of exchanges of people to people at the civil society level. Well, at the government level, our government of Assam, particularly under the leadership of Chandra, Mohan, Patowary, they have taken a lot of initiative for connecting Assam with Southeast Asian nation. But at the educational level, at the civil society level, we look forward for a more vibrant relationship. India shares extensive cultural, economic and political ties with Southeast Asia. Strong civilizational ties are evident from references of Southeast Asia in Indian classical works such as Ramayana. Indian merchants frequented the region as early as 1st century AD, facilitating the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism in pre-colonial kingdoms like Srivijaya in Sumatra, Majapahit in Java, Bali and the Philippines archipelago. The Angkor Wat temple in Cambodia, which we have visited, which is supposedly the most which is the most attracting spot for tourism, is the testimony to India's civilizational reach to that area. We are surprised by the names of Cambodian universities. Those universities are like Puthisastra University, Palisastra University. These are some of the Sanskrit names that we have in those parts of the world. During the period of European colonization, the Indian subcontinent was geopolitical anchor for stability of Southeast Asia. However, the following India's independence from British rule saw the deterioration in India-ASEAN relationship. But now, at present, we have initiated the Actist policy and we believe that we will go ahead with a lot of civil society initiative, particularly under the initiative of Gauhati University. For this, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, for his guidance and mentorship. With these words, I welcome all of you and I'm very happy to inform you that today we have amongst us institutions from not only from our Gauhati, but also from Barnagar College, which is quite far. Today we have amongst us Dr. Nipen Dutta, who is the principal of our Miles Bonsall High School. Then we have our students from there. We have students from our nearby colleges. So I'd like to express my gratitude particularly to our Suresh Khan, Registrar of Gauhati University, and to other faculty members for their kind cooperation and help, for which this event has become possible. Once again, I express my sincere gratitude and thanks to all of you, and I welcome you to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Mahanta. We now have the special lecture by Dr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal. Before that, I request my colleague, Mr. Vikas Tripathi, to introduce the speaker.
Dato Ramesh Kodammal is Chairman of Goldtex Group of Companies, Chairman of ASEAN Indian Business Council Malaysia, Co-Chairman, ASEAN Indian Business Council, ASEAN Business Advisory Council, Council Member ABAC, Honorary Member of the Kuala Lumpur Malay Chamber of Commerce. He has actively participated in international forums and seminars representing Malaysia as a moderator and speaker. Sir.
Thank you. First and foremost, I must thank for the kind introduction given to me. Today, we have a distinguished crowd here. First and foremost, I would like to pay respects and salutations to all the past university chancellors who have brought the university to such a great level. I believe this university was founded in 1948. And to all the students here, to all the lecturers, congratulations for keeping up the name of the university and bringing it to great heights. With that, I would like to, the Honorable Minister Sri Chandra Mohan Patowary, the Vice Minister from Laos, who is present with us yesterday, His Excellency Ambassador of Laos to India, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Mr. Habib Choudhary, the co-chair of the ASEAN India Chapter in Laos, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, more to my heart are the students who are present here this morning, this afternoon. I'm here today to speak to you on something which will be near to everyone's heart here. That is ASEAN. ASEAN is something which is so near to all of us, but yet so far. ASEAN stands for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which was signed by a group of countries in 1967 on the 8th of August. We must understand first, why was this agreement signed among the ASEAN countries? At that point of time, within the ASEAN country, we had a certain fear that our neighbors sometimes might not turn friendly with us. We have the first members of ASEAN, who are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and Thailand. We wanted to have harmony in that area. And what the leaders felt that we should come up with an agreement to protect our interests socially, economically, and culturally. And this agreement was signed in Bangkok with our foreign ministers and leaders. At that time, Adam Ahad from Indonesia, Rajaratnam from Singapore, our late Deputy Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak, and Ramos from Philippines, and the Foreign Minister of Thailand. What happened after that? After that, the group started to grow bigger. We roped in Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. Today, ASEAN stands as a strong community on all sorts of relationships with these 10 countries, hand in hand, joined together. ASEAN has always had friendly neighbors. And one of the most friendly neighbors, the relationship began as early as independence, was India. Today, this year, we celebrate the 50th anniversary of ASEAN and the 25th anniversary of ASEAN India as a dialogue partner. we have come this far, and with this, our relationship within the ASEAN country with our neighbors has gone on strength to strength. What do we see that we have with us in common? What do we see that our strength can merge together and move forward? We all have been speaking of growth within the region and our neighbors. We know that ASEAN needs friendly neighbors, which are very important to all of us. ASEAN is a very good friend of China. ASEAN is a very good friend of India. And we are within the center part of it to see that we all benefit peacefully from the progress of this region for the coming years. What has got ASEAN and India in common? We have almost everything in common. India has got a multiracial society, different cultures, different religions, with a population of 1.2 billion people. ASEAN has got a population of close to 650 million, with different cultures, different religions. So basically, if you look at ASEAN and India, we have got a lot of things common in us. But the only thing what we have not got is that we have not moved aggressively forward to take our relationship to greater heights. And I personally feel this is the century for the ASEAN-India relationship to move very much forward. Our leaders have always emphasized and said that this relationship must grow. At our meeting in Impal, in Manipur, the President of India mentioned 3 times in his speech that the relationship between ASEAN and the Southeast Asian nations had to be taken forward, and they have set up a lot of programs. At the ASEAN Summit in Manila on the 13th of November, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had given assurance that India will definitely work very close with ASEAN, and we will see that the connectivity between India and ASEAN will take place and move forward. Having said all this, what have we got for ourselves, especially the younger generation who is here? I'm sure all of you will just take it as a subject to see the relationship of ASEAN and India. But the real fact is, lies a golden opportunity for all of us in the coming century, in this century. ASEAN trade in the world today is 2.8 trillion US dollars. It's a huge amount comparing to 10 states, half the population of India, having such vast trade in the world. And I'm sure with India moving forward with ASEAN, we can keep on doubling these figures, and the opportunities are there. Last year, the trade between ASEAN and India was 68 billion. And we are expecting this trade figures to move forward by 2020 to 100 billion. The Northeast states have got a great opportunity with linkages, road linkages, moving on to Myanmar. The access of opportunity will be there when the roads have been completed. Access can happen in ASEAN. That is not far away. Whenever things are happening, many people are dazing around looking for opportunity. I think when things are happening, all of us should be prepared for opportunities which will fall in our laps. It is too late for all of us to wait till then, because it is usually said that the early bird catches the worm. And all of us in the Northeast, Assam and Gauhati being the center of the Northeast, will have a great opportunity. Connectivity within ASEAN is moving forward. We are speaking to local airlines from ASEAN, such as AirAsia, to have more flights within this region. And once that happens, we'll have a good platform of connectivity and moving forward. The Northeast states, including ASEAN, have got a great opportunity, but we lack the logistics connectivity for penetration within ASEAN. That's what has kept us away from ASEAN all this while. You have fantastic potential for export from the Northeast states to ASEAN. Fresh fruits, vegetables, which the Northeast states produce, can be marketed within ASEAN, which we are already importing from other parts of India. But again, we have a problem for logistics. You have the wonderful handcraft which you have. Some of you can consider to market this handicraft to ASEAN countries. There's an opportunity. Your bamboo products are very good. You can do that. But having said all this, have we started? Have we thought of it? Or still we are in a pipeline, scratching our heads and telling whether it can be done? We have some entrepreneurs who have already moved into ASEAN from India, even from the Northeast side, like Mr. Habib Choudhary, who is doing very well in Laos because he saw the opportunity. So all of us must come up and think that what we need. Tourism is a fantastic market here, but we have to look at it on how we can go about it. The Northeast states have got a fantastic potential for tourism. And I'm sure it's not only in tourism that you build hotels, but you can also provide the services which are required by the many tourists who come to the Northeast. Some platforms have to be set by the young entrepreneurs who can take advantage of in the coming years where our trade relationship can move forward. Why am I emphasizing on trade opportunities? With trade opportunities, we have better connectivity. In today's world, we all feel, the young generation feels that they need opportunities. And we have to come up with opportunities which help us to take us forward. I'm very sure that India has set a lot of programs for the young entrepreneurs such as startups, and I'm sure that you can also look into investors from ASEAN, especially from Singapore, from Thailand, from Malaysia, to invest in the startup companies and partnership with them for the benefit for the ASEAN region and India together. While having said all this, there's something which we also must look at. We have got a common culture with us. If you saw the dancers from Laos, you would see that they have got the resemblance of the Northeast culture. The dances with the Northeast states are very common to the countries of Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And if you come down to South, Malaysia too has got the culture. Not forgetting that we have got a huge diaspora of Indians in ASEAN. Malaysia alone has got 2.8 million Indians, which is a huge diaspora. We have an Indian diaspora in Singapore, in Philippines, in Indonesia, in Thailand. So Indians have already got connectivity, and it becomes easier for all of us to have connectivity with this country where you can have the culture, the food, and relationship with people who are already there. Politically, ASEAN is very stable. Every country in ASEAN has got its own format of running their government. As members of ASEAN, we do not interfere politically in any country. Our focus mainly is to see that how we can develop cultural relationship and economical relationship to progress ourselves. If we take that same thought and agenda, we can also do the same with India and the Northeast states. And I'm very sure that with the agenda the Honorable Prime Minister of India has got, is very focused to connect the Northeast state with the CMM states. And if that is the agenda of the government, the platform is laid for all of us, we should pick it up and look into the possibility of moving forward. Culturally, economically, and socially, I think ASEAN India is something which is a growth engine for the 21st century. We today in ASEAN are the world's sixth largest economy, with 630 million people or 650 million people after US, China, Japan, Korea, Germany. So ASEAN is number 6, and by 2035, we would be the 4th largest economy in the world. Can we just imagine how the region will grow with its input? With India moving up to either the 2nd or 3rd slot, China is moving on, it's already there trying to move on the 1st slot, and we have other nations, but with ASEAN in the number 4th slot, you can see that the world focal point will remain within this region, ASEAN, India, and China. The opportunity lies with us. We have to think positively. We have to educate our young population to make them realize that this is available. Please look into this. I would like to thank the Southeast Asian Studies. I think we can start working with AIBC to do more research on this subject matter, in which areas and how we could focus to work with ASEAN and pass it on to the younger generation. Some plans must be drawn up and laid out. We must create a 5-year plan, which I'm speaking with Excellency the Prime Minister, on the relationship and advantages which we can have within ASEAN and India. If that happens, I'm very sure we'll have a game plan on a 5-year basis to see where we can move forward. We have a lot of investors coming into India from ASEAN, we have a lot of investors on the infrastructure project from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Thailand, coming in here. I think the Northeast states should start moving forward, networking with certain investors to come in here, because the future of linkages by the Northeast states to ASEAN is definitely happening. With this, my dear friends who are present here, especially I've got a soft corner for all the young people in this room, because many people create legacies. They build buildings and name after them. They build schools, name after them. They build universities and name after them. I personally feel that bringing a human being up, sharing the knowledge, and taking him up to greater heights, that's a great legacy. So I would like to work, AIBC would like to work with the University of Gauhati on a special program to manage the Northeast states on a special discussion on an annual basis to see how we can have a greater advantage to move towards the ASEAN countries. With that, I would like to thank the organizers once again for inviting us at this special 25th anniversary celebration, which has been hosted by you. And I'm sure that we will take this a long way, and a lot of us will benefit from the situation if we work together. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll have the address by Honorable Vice Minister, His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry. But before that, I again request Mr. Vikas Tripathi to introduce the Honorable Vice Minister.
His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry is Vice Minister, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Lao PDR. He had been with Foreign Ministry between 1975 and 1984. He had been Deputy Director General, Lao Press in English Languages, Vientiane, and has been Director General since 2003. With these words, I request you to kindly deliver your address.
Good afternoon, everyone. My voice is very poor because of coffee. Excellency Chandra, Mohan, Patowary, Minister of Industries and Commerce, Transport, Parliamentary Affairs, Skill Development, and Entrepreneurship Development, and Active Policy Affairs, Governments of ASEAN. Excellency's wife, Chancellor, Gauhati University. Honorable Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter. His Excellency Ambassador Southam Sakonhninhom of Laos. Universities, heads, universities, lecturers, university students, distinguished guests. First of all, I feel very honored to be in front of you now on this stage. Actually, this is my second visit to Assam, but my first one lasts just very short, so I have no enough time
to explore things in this city or in this state of India. Since my last visit, I have found that Assam has seen many changes. Developments in Assam is going very fast. A lot of changes happen over recent years. So I, as Wine Minister responsible for information, culture and tourism of Laos, and on behalf of the Lao delegation here during the visit, feel very glad, to have a chance to meet you and to talk to you. How we feel about the visit, as well as about this great event. The forum is organized as part of the activities or events to celebrate India ASEAN Dialogue Partnership. This is very important event, which is organized by Center for Southeast Asian Studies of Gauhati University. So, once again, I would like to appreciate all the university leaders with the support of the Assam government. So this big gathering is happening with a very, aims from, determination. To contribute to the implementation of the Indian government's, which is look east or act east policy affairs. That's why through this gathering, I think we can work together more, or we can have more exchange, especially in culture and education, which is very important. As you know, every country, every nation gives great priority to education, or as well as human resource development, and also to research and development for the developments of the countries. That's why I really, appreciate the efforts of the Indian governments, the governments of Assam, to give the opportunity for the university or for the ASEAN India Business Council to join hands in promoting exchange between ASEAN member states and India. So the day before yesterday, we attend the Northeast Development Summit. I closely follow what the President of India said during this summit. So I really, feel that the look east policy of the governments of India will pave the way for India to expand or to connect with ASEAN through many platforms, especially through connectivity. The summit talk about the connectivity. I mean, in the near future, this part of India, the northeast of India, will, connect with ASEAN through Myanmar, which is members of ASEAN. So now, from this point of view, we are not far from one another. The more we have connectivity, the more exchange we will have in the future. So I would like to express my congratulations for the initiative. And also, I want to briefly talk or tell you about what we are doing in Laos. As you know, Laos is a very small country with a small population, which is only 6.5 million. But anyway, we try hard to develop our country. First, our government is trying its best to invest in people, means to give education to all, ensuring that all Lao people have access to education, especially in the learning age groups. So I can say that so far development of education in Laos has, been progressive in terms of quantity and quality at all levels, primary or preschool level, primary, secondary, tertiary. Throughout the countries, we have 3 national universities. The first one based in the capital city, Vientiane. The second one in the north, Luang Prabang. Third one in Savankhone, Central Laos. The fourth one is in Southern Laos, in Champasak. With these 4 universities and many others, high education establishments, we can, develop our humans, our people in terms of education to serve the national socio-economic development. Now we are on the way towards, achieving poverty eradication, or moving from the status of being a least developed country to be a mid-income developing countries in few years, which is meant by the year 2030. So we can graduate from the least development country to become a middle income developing country. So I take this opportunity to express thanks to University of Gauhati for giving scholarship to some Lao students who are now here. This, I think, is the first step towards expanding exchange of students, university professors, and lecturers in Laos University College and University and College in Assam State of India in the near future. So this also part of what we are doing, I mean as ASEAN and India, through the Center for Southeast Asian Studies and also through ASEAN University Network. That's why time is limit. May I once again express thanks to the governments of Assam for the very warm hospitality given to me, myself, and also to my delegation. And also, thanks to the university, the management, the students, of course, universities, professors, for a very warm welcome given to us during our visit to Assam this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Minister. We now have the address by Honorable Ambassador, His Excellency Southam Sakonhninhom. May I request Mr. Vikas Tripathi to introduce the Honorable Ambassador.
His Excellency Southam Sakonhninhom is the Ambassador of Lao People's Democratic Republic to India. In his list of academic achievements, he has obtained BA of Administration, Public and International Law, Vientiane University, Lao People's Democratic Republic in 1976, and Master of International Law, Kyiv University, Republic of Ukraine in 1982. He later on graduated from Paris Institute of International Administration in Paris, France, 1991, and ENA in 2006, Paris, France. With these words, may I now invite His Excellency Southam Sakonhninhom.
By Namaskar, good afternoon to everyone in this big hall. Honorable Minister Chandra, Mohan, Patowary, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, Vice Chancellor, we left already the room for taking this flight to Australia. And Dato Ramesh Mohan, the chair of the AIBC chapter, Malaysia chapter. Our friends, our close friends from the AIBC Laos. First of all, I would like to express my thanks to Assam Authority, Gauhati University for inviting me and our team to this conference. Thanks for your warm and fantastic hospitality extended to us. This is not my first trip, my first visit to Assam, to Gauhati. Chancellor is my 10 times already I am here in Gauhati. Gauhati, Assam is my lovely destination for visit. Here, Assam, you are closer to my heart. Each time I come to Gauhati, to Assam, it's not by invitation, but by heart. I come with the honor in heart and with the pride in my mind. Thank you very much for the fantastic hospitality extended to me each time I come here. In Laos, we have a saying, friends in need, friends indeed. Yes, today, we did it, we got it, and we realized it is saving. Because today's as Lao delegation headed by our Vice Minister of Culture and Cultural Information. With our team, 5 dancers, and the team here sitting in this room, in total almost 10. So this is the big delegation, first delegation to Gauhati. And we bring this time our performance, our cultural performance too. You see already they are perform, they are Lao music, Lao dance. It's closer to the Assam music and cultural music. So next we will sign an MOU between Lao and Assam. This is the big event that I would like to say that Assamese, you are not only preserve and protect the history, but you create the new history, the history of the opening up the cooperation between you and regional and international partnership. Thank you very much. I would like to request you to give the big hand for that. Lao and India. I think that our Vice Minister has already spoken the best part of the relationship between Lao and India. Dato Ramesh has already spoken out on the best part of the Indian and Asia. Now I would like to say something. I would like to add something to this, what they are spoken now. Lao and India, we share the very long-standing history of Lao relationship. Since the King Asoka, the Buddhism came from India to Laos 10,000 years ago. Now in Laos, the Sanskrit, the Bali, continue to teach in Lao University, in Lao Monk University. Ramayana, Mahabharata is continuing to performing in Lao Chapter. You see, the linkage of our cultural history is still today. India is ranking the 8th in the FDI, foreigner investment, direct investment in Laos, with the 33 projects and 200 million US$ in investment. Over the past year, we have signed the various agreements. These agreements lay down the framework of our bilateral cooperations relating to science, education, defense, tourism, and human resources development. So I would like to confirm that between India and Laos, we will be together in the future. And ASEAN in India. This year we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the ASEAN in India. India became the partnership, the dialogue partner with Laos, with ASEAN 35 years ago. It's not easy what the way we are following. But India is a closer friend of ASEAN. India is a big country, but ASEAN 10 country is also big community also. So India and ASEAN, we join hands to develop, to cooperate for our brighter future in the years ahead. We think that anybody can deny us, and we acknowledge that now the economic landscape of the world today changes directions. The sun is moving from the west to the south, Asia Pacific. The sun is rising here. The economic boom is in our Asia Pacific. Everyone will continue to look back to Asia. Assam, you are located in the confluence of the major economic growth area, Asia Pacific, East Asia, Southeast Asia. This is the opportunity for you and for us to change, to turn the challenges to opportunity. You, Assam, and we, ASEAN, in particular Assam, you are the 1/8 magic key of India. We have 8 states. Assam is one of 8 states. You are one key. Indian is Assam. Assam is Indian. You are just one country. Narendra Modi, your Prime Minister, has said that Assam is the engine economic growth of India. Assam is destiny of India. I would like that you are so proud for this dignity of Assam. So I think that we now turn to the 21st century. The cooperation between peoples is very important. You, the student in this room, you are the young, educated pupils. You will bring the flag of our corporations, of the nations, of the regional, and ahead to the future. Education does mean not only to study in the classroom. Education is the foundation of everything. You cannot do anything without education. But education, only one leg is not can go to work. Education needs to work with development. Two things, education and development to go together. And we will get a success. But success, when we satisfy the success, we need to think about the future. Success needs more effort and more well-programming. So I think that the young student here, you are our next generation. Please think about the future of our country, your country. Think about what you develop for your country. Education, development, not the discrimination between people, between nations. So today, I am very happy that our 5 students from university, the 4th class of the Lao National University, come for the training, for the 3 months training in Gauhati University. This is the big event also for Lao students from Lao. And this is the symbolic of our cooperation, the first cooperation between Lao University and University of Gauhati. I give you the opportunity to train them. And when they will go back to the country, they will inform the colleague, the parent, the Lao school, what's about their lives in Gauhati University. What friendly students from University of Gauhati extended to them. This is the first sentiment, the first feeling of my heart, and I think that also from the Lao delegations present here in this school. And in the future, I think that I propose, this is my personal opinion. Can Assam and Lao we do something more important than today? We can cooperate, not only education. I know that Assam is very strong in sport. You have the big center of the training of sport. Assam youth has in the national player for soccer, for football. So I think that the second component of our cooperations between Assam and Lao, I think that sport is one leg that we can do. Tourism is also a very important issue that we can do together. You have so many potential economic tourism in Assam. I have visited Dibrugarh city and Tinsukia city. They have the Thai home and Thai Papan Pake. It looks like the Lao people. I visited and we are sitting together, eating together. The food they provide to us is the same in Laos. Sticky rice, the crazy fish, the soup of the baby bamboo. So this is, I would like just to say that between Assam and Laos, we have many similarities. Why that's not we don't want to cooperate between us in the tourism divisions? Education, sport, tourism. But you see that the weakness, our Prime Minister has already mentioned about the weakness in our cooperations that will lead the connectivity. Between Laos or CLMV, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Myanmar, we have not yet the connectivity with direct connectivity with Assam or with the state of the northeast of India. We have no railway, we have no roadway, we have no airway. So in the future, since we can set up the direct flight from Vientiane, my capital, to Gauhati, this is very good. So we let this infrastructure to be finished in the future. This is connectivity. Don't mind or don't think that the Laos is small market. We have our businessman here, Habib Choudhary, he knows very well. Laos has 6.7 million population of Laos. Someone tell that the Laos is small market. No, it's not small market. One time if you reach Laos, you reach Singapore, you reach Thailand, you reach Indonesia, you reach Malaysia, and I can say you reach China. Laos is gateway also, is the door to open to the Asian country. So I offer Laos in your hand and your hand. We extend our hospitality to you to come to US Laos. Why US Laos? The very important factor for investment, foreign investment, students can know it very well. In Laos, the very important we enjoy the political stability. Ask for any investor, what they want first to invest in the country? The stability, the political stability. This is the guarantee for the investment in Laos. The second factor, Laos, we have the economic growth stably, permanently. We get 7.6 GDP continuously every year. And we have the local cost of the labor. We have abundance mineral or natural resources. This is the incentive, criteria incentive that we would like to provide to invest Laos. So we are open heart, open door, open our regulations of law to accept and to work with you as some need. Finally, I would like to once again express our thanks to the host country, to the organizer for this conference, to the students, for your very warm hospitality extended to Lao delegations. I promise that we will back and we will join hands together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador. We have with us Honorable Minister of Industry and Commerce, Government of Assam, Sri Chandra Mohan Patowary. He is a very dynamic leader, and during his tenure as Agriculture Minister under the previous AGP government, he has introduced many innovations in the field of agriculture. May I now request Honorable Minister Sri Chandra Patowary to say a few words.
সকলোকে নমস্কাৰ জনাইছোঁ। Honorable Vice Minister, Tourism, Information and Culture, Laos, Honorable Ambassador of Laos, respected Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter, Brother Habib Choudhary, Chairman, AIBC Lao Chapter, and Professor Mohan, Center for Southeast ASEAN Studies in Gauhati University, and respected faculties from different departments of the university, and my student friends. So first of all, I'd like to extend my heartiest thanks to Gauhati University to invite and to speak few words. Actually, in this meeting, our Honorable Chief Minister was supposed to attend this meeting, address this meeting. But suddenly he has to rush to Dibrugarh yesterday, and he directed me to attend this meeting, spoke to me to attend this meeting. So on behalf of Chief Minister, I wish that for what purpose this event is organized, it will fulfill. And this study is the Center for Southeast Asian Studies in Gauhati University. In fact, it is necessary. Already I spoke to our Education Minister last month that one study center in each university or Southeast, particularly the language and cultural study center, in each university our son should be there. In fact, I discussed these things 1 month back to our Education Minister, Dr. Ramesh Kodammal, and he agreed also with this proposal. It is needed. Now, when I was coming, I was talking to Mohan and our Professor Dato also, that I don't know about the meeting actually for why I'm called here. Professor Dato and Mohan, I say. It is one brief I should have got so that I can speak 2-3 words. But sitting in this meeting, then I could guess for what purpose this meeting is. Anyway, this is good. And our Chairman of ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter, Mr. Kodammal, he explained details about Southeast ASEAN relationship with India. And there was a need of a big push actually to make it practical. But that push was not there. And you know, before independence, if we look back, we see our business relationship, cultural relationship was there with the Southeast Asian countries only, before independence. But unfortunately, after independence, so that connectivity and that connectivity which was there earlier, that was missing somewhere because of some reason. I don't know what is the reason. So because of that, so there was a policy also in 1991, this is Lucas policy. Means the previous relationship with the Southeast Asian countries, with India and Northeast India, with Southeast Asian countries. So there was a policy of Lucas in 1991. So since 1991, we have been looking towards East, but nothing comes from the East and nothing gone from this side also. When Modi ji came to the power, our Prime Minister, so he said, after becoming Prime Minister, that how long we will be looking towards East. Now stop looking and start acting. So this policy become transformed, this policy become Act-East policy. Now it starts work. Previously there was a concept. During our childhood days when we were students, so during our childhood days it was taught to us in the geography that Assam is the last part of the country. So that was the concept. In geography we were taught. We are the Assam is the last part of the country. So that was taught to us in our childhood days, in our student life. But now, under the leadership of Sri Narendra Modi and under the leadership of Sri Sarvendra Sonal, the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, now that definition has been changed. Now, Assam is not the last part of the country. Now, we, under the leadership of Sarvendra Sonal, the definition is changed. Now, Assam is not the periphery, but the center of Southeast Asian countries. It is the gateway of India's gateway to Southeast Asia. Assam and Northeast is the gateway of India's gateway to Southeast Asia. If you visualize the map of India and you see Assam, you visualize Assam and you see the distance from Assam to Delhi, Assam to Bombay, Assam to Kerala, Assam to Bangalore, and Assam to Dhaka, Assam to Laos, Assam to Vietnam, Assam to Myanmar, Assam to any Southeast Asian countries. See, it is unfortunate for us that it was not addressed after independence, because of which there are protocols. Many protocols signed, 25 years over, and we are going to celebrate 25 years of our protocol. But that was not addressed properly, because I don't know what is the reason. But now, under the leadership of Sri Narendra Modi, and in Assam under the leadership of Sri Sarvendra Sonal, now it started acting to develop the relationship with the Southeast Asian countries regarding trade and commerce, exchange of education, exchange of culture, tourism and information sectors, and in various sectors. In fact, you will be happy to know I am skill development minister also. So now we have signed one MOU with Singapore government of Singapore, skill development. Because in skill development, Singapore is one of the top countries in the world. So we have signed one MOU with Singapore government. And now we are going to have an international standard skill city. Now we are going to have international skill city. Skill city, multi-schools, having multi-schools. And that will be international standard. And faculties from Singapore, they will come and they will train us. And this is a good news for our young generation, our students and young generation. Now we are going to have, we are discussing, now we are going to have MOU with Korea, then Taiwan, and then Japan. Japan for IT, Korea for automobiles, and Taiwan for floriculture. So we are going to have MOU with those countries also. Now, because under Act East policy, so aggressively we are addressing those issues which are required for both the sides, India side and ASEAN side, both the sides. So that way, we are just moving. Now, our Kodammal, Mr. Kodammal, he said regarding connectivity. Our Honorable Ambassador and Honorable Vice Minister, he also mentioned about connectivity. So during British period, so connectivity through the river Brahmaputra and through the river Bora, because we are the Assam is a great player of hydrocarbon sector. Now, of course, there are offshore, onshore. Still, we are leader in the country. Onshore, offshore, of course, some states are coming up. But in 1901, the first refinery was established in Digboi, in Asia. In hydrocarbon sector, we are the global player at that time, Assam. And British, they established the first refinery of Asia in Digboi in 1901. 1835, tea cultivation started in Assam, and we are the largest manufacturer of tea. And we are producing 52% of the total India's production. And we are the largest manufacturer of tea. So, tea, hydrocarbon, so coal, oil, etc., etc. So, during British period, so connectivity through the river route, river Brahmaputra and river Bora. Because we have got access to Chittagong port. Now we will be happy, our faculty as well as our students will be happy, and I'd like to inform you also that this connectivity we are going to, we are having the same access like earlier. And regarding connectivity, now we have started dredging Brahmaputra from Sadia to Dhuburi and from Barak River also from Manipur border to Bangladesh. And in Bangladesh, the river Barak falls in Padda. And Brahmaputra from Dhubri beyond Dhubri, Doi Khwa Ghat, this Bangladesh portion starts. That Bangladesh portion starts. This is the Brahmaputra Falls, Meghna, Jamuna Meghna. So this Bangladesh part for dredging, Government of India has given 250 crores to Bangladesh government, and with the joint supervision of Government of India and Government of Bangladesh. So this portion also will be dredged. And I'd like to inform that in 2018, May and within the month of May and July, 2018. So our this river route of Barak will be cleared up to Chittagong port. And Brahmaputra also we are starting Brahmaputra also. Brahmaputra also we are starting dredging Brahmaputra. So these two river routes will have access to Chittagong port. One, we reach Chittagong port, then the whole Southeast Asia will be one house, will be closer, will be one family. So that is what we are doing now. And by 2018 May, this one route will be cleared. But Brahmaputra is the biggest river, the biggest and the strongest river in the world. So it takes little time for research and survey because undercurrent of Brahmaputra is much more higher. So it takes little time. So this waterway we are now clearing. So this is one good news for Southeast Asian relations. And secondly, this air connectivity, our Gauhati International Airport, it will be it will be made one of the world-class airport in the country. So we are in touch with Civil Aviation Ministry. So as Transport Minister, I have also a say in Civil Aviation Ministry. I am also invited to the meeting. So now this international airport, Gauhati Airport, so 1,000 crore has been sanctioned and tender also floated and it will be ordered in the month of December. So 1,000 crore has been given as first initial amount for one new terminal. And now we are searching for land. So it will be international class 1 standard airport in the country. Secondly, for Southeast Asian countries, so there is a policy of Government of India that is called Regional Connectivity Policy, RCS policy. Regional Connectivity Policy. So under RCS policy, so Government of India has fixed up the rate of the flight. Within 2 hours, if you fly, then only 2,500 rupees in terms of Indian currency. 2,500 rupees, this is fixed price. 2,500 rupees is fixed price. And the viability gap funding, 90% will be paid by the Government of India to the flight, to the airlines company, and 10% will be paid by the Assam. So now we are giving this proposal. Now it is available in our region, this RCS policy. Now we have given a proposal to Civil Aviation Ministry that all Southeast Asian countries should be covered under RCS policy, so that one person from Gauhati, he can land at Singapore or Hong Kong or any place of Southeast Asian country within 2 hours of journey. Within 2 hours of journey, then he can be there at rupees 2,500 in Indian currency. So Government of India is actively considering these things, and I hope it will be done. And it will be done immediately. So we are expecting these things. Our chief minister are also in touch with this. So it will be a good news for you all, for investors, mainly. So this is one. And secondly, we have 2 projects. One project is the Trilateral Highway 2. Trilateral Highway 2. So this Trilateral Highway, it will touch Assam. From Assam to Nagaland, then Manipur, then Myanmar, then Thailand, and beyond all, up to all ASEAN countries it will cover. This Trilateral Highway. The road is completed already, Trilateral Highway road. It is completed up to Myanmar. Already it is completed. Now some bridge, some technical points are there in the bridge. So bridge is under construction, and we hope in 2018 we will be able to travel by road from Assam to Southeast ASEAN country. At the end of 2018, only bridge left out. All the roads are complete. And second project is there. This is Kaladana. So Government of India is situated a port in South Myanmar. So this port is developed by Government of India, and it has got connectivity to Mizoram, to Manipur, and it will be extended to Assam. And ultimately, you see, there will be good connectivity with those countries. Now, it is surprised that 2-hour journey to Delhi, from Gauhati to Delhi, from Gauhati to Bangalore, from Gauhati to Bombay, and within 2 hours journey, we can reach the capital of 8 capitals of Southeast Asian countries. So this is one of the most important points. We convince Government of India and Government of India convince, and accordingly we are paying for this. So this is one. Second, now air connectivity, road connectivity, water connectivity, I explained. And secondly, now in Southeast Asia, the relation between Southeast Asia and India regarding trade and commerce. So we are just trying on level base so that that developed countries of the world are convinced, and the multinational companies are convinced to come to Southeast Asian part, this region, for investment. Because our students should know, because our faculty knows all these things. These 630 million people, it's a big market. 630 million people, this is a big market, consumer market for the investors. So this region, 630 million people, this market, consumer market, is a big market for the investors. And investors, if not today, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, global investor has to come to Southeast Asian part for their investment, otherwise there will be no way out for the multinational company. No way out. No way out. There will be no way out. Recently I visited Canada. So Indo-Canadian business chambers of commerce I met them recently. I said that your total population is less than the population of Assam. Your country's population is less than the population of Assam, one state. So your domestic production, which has become surplus, where you will sell? It is not sellable in your country. It is not sellable in USA. It is not sellable in European countries, because European country, one country, population is less than Gauhati. The population of one country is less than Gauhati. So how will you sell your these surplus products? Then I said, and I asked that question, and I answered also. And I answered also that only place to sell your surplus production is Southeast Asia. No way out. No way out. Only place is Southeast Asia. And responding to our these roadshows, I am happy to inform you that investors from Canada, investors from New York, investors from USA, they have come. They said that we will definitely join in investor summit, but prior to that we will discuss something with government of Assam, in which sector we will invest, in which sector we will invest, and how much we will invest. So yesterday also one investors come from USA, and 4 or 5 days one investors come from Canada also, Toronto also, New York also, London also, followed by this roadshow. And you know, I'm very happy. Our students should know it. Our students should learn it. I'm very happy in a sense that last 15 days I met many investors, global investors. But out of those global investors, 4 investors I definitely remember, and that is a lesson for me also, and that should be the lesson for our students also. And among 4 investors, one is Mr. Kodammal. What I talked to him on the dice, he said to me that I have got enough money. I have got 2 sons. They are looking after business. I don't know whether I will leave tomorrow or not, but today I want to contribute something to the society. He said to me, yesterday I had to say, our students should know that where we are and where these people are. That thinking, that level of the thought process. So one gentleman, he came from US. So he has got a very big office in Manhattan. He has got his residence also in Manhattan. So before Nawami Barak, he gave me a call that Mr. Patowary, I want to meet you, because in New York roadshow he came and he joined. So he talked to me that over phone that I would like. I said that only 22nd you can come. So 21st he came from US and he took a charter flight. Yesterday flight was there in Gauhati and he talked to me. And what he talked? He said that I'm just going to have some investment in Assam in food processing. I said, good, very good. We have lots of production, pineapple productions, tomato productions, fruits production, banana. We are the largest producer of bananas. So good, very good. Then he replied, no, Mr. Patowary, I am not doing this sort of this tomato sauce, this jelly, that jelly. I am not doing that. Then I asked him, what will you do? He said, I will do such a, I am doing this food processing in such a way. Suppose for example, he spoke to me, suppose for example, tomato. Tomato, you are just eating one tomato. So tomato will definitely give some, you see, mineral vitamins to you, no doubt. You will get it. But the seeds of the tomato, along with the skin, gone to your stomach, it will give some adverse effect because of which, in the long run, you will suffer from cancer, you will suffer from kidney disease, you will suffer from hypertension, like this. So he has made the research on this, about how to eat food and the processed food. He has made a research for 15 years. He said that millions of dollars I spent for this research. So on the basis of that research, I will make this food processing industry here. But you have to ensure me that once I put here one Indian food processing unit, then you have to make, you see, minus chemical fertilizer, you have to produce your products. And I will invest, if necessary, I will invest 5,000 crore in terms of Indian money, 5,000 crore I will invest here. 5,000 crore, if necessary, I will invest here. But you must ensure that Assam is an organic state. No chemical fertilizer. I will invest 5,000, 6,000 crore. Money is not a matter. And Mr. Patowary, what our chairman said, he also said, Mr. Patowary, out of this 6,000 crore investment, I don't want a single penny benefit from here. I said, why? He said that for 10 generations we have money. I have an office in Manhattan, the center of the world. Manhattan, 10-story, I have an office, 10-story building in Manhattan. I have my house in Manhattan, the center of the world. Money, I don't need money. Not a single penny, I don't take a single penny benefit from this. Then I asked him, then why you are investing? He said that what is available there and innovated by us, which is not available here, we want to contribute something out of our income to the people who are really deprived of these benefits. That is where we want to serve the society and nothing else. This is number two. Number three, one gentleman, he came from San Francisco. So San Francisco is a place which is God-gifted place. So today I request our Vice Chancellor here to make some tie-up with Stanford University also. Because Stanford University is one of the top 3 universities of the world. And most of the research, important research, actually done by the Stanford University. So our Vice Chancellor, I requested that we make one, tie-up with Stanford University also. If some help requires, I am in a position to help you also in this regard. So I request our Vice Chancellor. So in Stanford University, from San Francisco, one gentleman came. So he is going to have invest one artificial intelligence center of excellence here. So our students, about artificial intelligence, probably our students are not aware. Probably our students are not aware about the artificial intelligence. So now the global subject and important subject is artificial intelligence. So probably our students are not aware about the artificial intelligence. So now these are coming that with the help of artificial intelligence. Suppose Mr. Kodammal industry, there are 2.5 lakhs people are working as of today in his industry. So artificial intelligence is going in such a height as on today, along with technology. A day will come, instead of 2.5 lakhs people, with the help of artificial intelligence, only 2% will run the company. So these days are coming. Then where these 2.5 lakh people will go? So they will have to survive on artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. So now the world has gone aggressively for startup. Am I correct? Startup. Mr. Kodammal, am I correct? Startup. So our students should be mentally prepared for this. So this gentleman from San Francisco, he also told me that I'll invest here 6,000, 10,000 crore, no point. No consider, no second thought. If necessary, I'll invest here 10,000 crore without a single penny benefit in return. Actually, this is the thought process as of today in the globe. So our students should visualize all these things. So this is my request to our students. So anyway, so there are lots of things to be discussed, and we will be happy to know that the vision of our Prime Minister regarding Act East policy. So our Chief Minister, Government of Assam, he formed one department, Act East Policy Affairs Department. This is only to, as the facilitator, Government of India with Southeast Asian countries. So this department already started here in Assam, and I am the minister of this department, newly created department. I am holding research, which I is holding this ministry also. So under Act East policy, now President of India in two places, in Manipur, in Barak Valley, he mentioned about Act East policy. And today, there is a meeting convened by the Minister of External Affairs, Sushma Swaraj, 8 governors of the northeastern states regarding Act East policy today. And we are going to have a meeting of ambassadors of ASEAN countries on 12th of December. It is coming 12th of December at New Delhi. And we are going to have Global Investor Summit. For the first time, Government of Assam is going to have Global Investor Summit. So, we formally will invite you. So I request the Honorable Minister, request Honorable Ambassador, and request ASEAN India Business Council to take a big delegation with your cultural team and join in Global Investor Summit, which is called Advantage Assam. The name of the summit is Advantage Assam, the ASEAN's expressway to ASEAN. So that will be a global summit, and all over the world we are expecting global investors. So you are requested. Honorable Minister, you are also requested. We are formally inviting you. Expecting a huge delegation of ASEAN India Business Council and investors also along with you, so that we can expand this region, Northeast, along with Northeast India, the ASEAN countries, so that this space we can make a global destination for investment, so that we can economically uplift this region. This is my request. And with these few words, giving thanks to Gauhati University for giving me this opportunity to speak in 3 words, and I'll not take much of your time. So with thanks, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. On behalf of the Center for Southeast Asian Studies, Gauhati University, I take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Mr. Habib Choudhary, Chairman, AIBC Lao Chapter, for his constant support and encouragement to us. May I now request Dikshita to present Mr. Choudhary with a small token of our love and appreciation. Thank you, Dikshita. Now we have a small felicitation program. May I now request Mr. Choudhary to say a few words.
Namaskar. Good afternoon. I believe everyone feels very hungry. So, do you understand what is my position in the cricket match? The 6 run and 1 ball. So I have this much time. I have to spend everything. Okay, let's see. Excellencies, Chandra Mohan Patowary ji, Honorable Industrial Commerce Minister, His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry, Excellency Southam, Lao Ambassador to India, my Guruji, Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Co-Chair, ASEAN India Business Council and Chairman, Malaysia, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia. My brother, Noni Gopal Mohan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My sincere thanks to Gauhati University, India Foundation, Government of Assam, and of course, Government of Lao PDR and Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Information. Without them, I'm not able to bring the delegation here. Today held the 25 years anniversary of ASEAN India Business Council. Or today you can see the student here, or the cultural troupe here, or we have planned to bring lot of investment or many exchanges in Northeast India. This only man behind this, Dato Ramesh Kodammal. Can you give big hand for him? His lot of support, I'm able to done the job. Even though last 4 months ago, we had held one meeting in Manila. So we sit in roundtable meeting for ASEAN strategy. And my brother Dato Ramesh Kodammal, he gave me opportunity to say something. And I first raised about Northeast India. And I say we need the connectivity, we need the change the tariff, we cannot import export. We need lot of help for ASEAN to develop in Northeast India. What if I eat alone and I make money, even though my brother, my Northeast brothers are in trouble for a lot of things. So my sincere thought for those people who are not able to reach in the ASEAN market, they cannot reach in global market. Of course, the AIBC platform, we can bring them over there, we try to support them, we try to exchange the culture, we try to exchange the education, we do our best as long as we can. Distinguished guests, 630 million population is not small market. We are not looking today in Europe and America, ASEAN market enough for us. We are so blessed. Today, we are gateway in Southeast Asia, ASEAN market. We are so blessed. We have the 630 million population in our market. So why we think for what? We have to be busy, ASEAN country. I request His Excellency, please kindly send some delegation. They can look how they ASEAN creativity. They are very creative people. We can learn many things for them. We can many things implement in Northeast India, Assam. You see, Laos or ASEAN, food are habit the same, people are same, cultural same, landscape same, even though they are wear cloth, mekla also same. We are so similar. I like to inform you, Laos, their main food is the sticky rice, bora saul. Lao people, they are so awesome people, even though you leave your mobile in some shop, you forgot to pick up your things. Maybe after one day call, they came for you and say, come and pick up your things. No mafia, no robbery. People are so peace, so happiness. Even maybe you have the car accident in the street, you kill some people, maybe in front of someone's house, and you die. So their parents come run away. They don't care for their son. They say, my son, you are hurt because you are alive, and other person is the dead. Then they bring you the home. They try to treatment you, and maybe they are very poor people. They say, okay, help us for them, make the funeral. As long not finish the funeral, no police case, nothing. After you can see, decide, and you can go. Those countries, Lao PDR, one party, very sustainable government, very helpful people. I request everyone, kindly visit ASEAN, see how they develop. In before 25 years, even though Malaysia, Singapore is nothing, today look their economy, look their infrastructure, look their thought, unbelievable. We have to learn many things. We have to adapt many things from Southeast Asia. We have to implement here. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe everyone feels very hungry, especially our distinguished guests. They are usually in the 12 o'clock, their lunch time. My brother Dato also, he say Malaysia 5 o'clock already. He complained me already many times. So thank you very much. And see you again with the ASEAN delegation here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Choudhary. Now we have a small felicitation program. Honorable Vice Minister Lao PDR, Savankhone Razmountry will felicitate Honorable Minister Chandra Mohan Patowary. Honorable Vice Minister will also felicitate Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta. Now Mr. Habib Choudhary and Mr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal from AIBC will felicitate Honorable Minister Chandra Mohan Patowary. And also Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta. Thank you, sir. Now we have the student exchange program. May I request the students from National University of Lao to kindly come up on the stage for a group photograph. And also the cultural and musical group from Lao kindly come up to the stage. Now the students from Lao will present a small token of love to Professor Nanigopal Mohan for the Gauhati University. And to Mr. Habib Choudhary. May I now request my colleague Dr. Dhruvapratim Sharma to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to all. On behalf of the Director, Center for Southeast Asian Studies, Gauhati University, I take this privilege to propose a vote of thanks. At the outset, I would like to thank all those who have helped in various ways to make this occasion a grand success. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our guests from far away, Honorable Vice Minister, His Excellency Savankhone Razmountry of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Ambassador His Excellency Southam Sakonhninhom of Lao PDR, Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter, Mr. Habib Choudhary, Chairman, AIBC, Lao Chapter. We would especially like to thank Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, ASEAN India Business Council, Malaysia Chapter, for delivering the special lecture on 25 years of ASEAN-India engagement. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry, Government of Assam, Sri Chandra Patowary, for sparing his valuable time to grace this occasion and to address the gathering. Special thanks are also due to Dr. Mridul Hazarika, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, for making all efforts to make this program a success and for sparing time from his busy schedule to inaugurate this session and to address the distinguished audience. The institutions who have participated in this program deserve sincere thanks. Honorable Chancellor of USTM, Dr. Mahbubul Haq, Principal, Gauhati University Law College, Director, Gauhati University Institute of Science and Technology, headmistress of both the schools located within the GU campus, Principal West Gauhati College of Education, Director in charge UGC, HRDC, Gauhati University, Professor Chandra Kolita, Dr. Nikan Dutta, Principal Mines Sponsored School, the PGSU, GU Workers Union, GU Officers Union and DUTA of Gauhati University deserve our sincere appreciation for their wholehearted participation in this program. We would like to thank all the members of the cultural group from Lao PDR for their participation in this program. So, the faculty members, staff and research scholars and students of the Department of Political Science GU and the staff of Center for Southeast Asian Studies GU have spared no pains to make this occasion a success. We would like to thank all of them. We would also like to thank all of those who have graced this august occasion from various educational institutions of the state. Thank you.
I request the distinguished guests to join us for lunch. The meeting ends. Thank you.